Today is the third tutorial that I'm doing using my Natasha Denona Star Palette. I wanted to do something really different today, so I did like this thick liner eye kind of look, I guess. And then I tried this new duochrome highlighter from Makeup Geek. I'm super stoked with how this makeup look turned out. The palette is so nice and I know that you guys are going to really love it, so I hope that you guys are enjoying this tutorial. And today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different look. I'm going to be using the shade here, Orion. I might do some of these red shades and I don't know, that peach in the transition, I think. But I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different shape to my eye makeup today because I want to do kind of like a thick wing. I got a lot of inspiration from Emily Casanova on Instagram, and she is amazing and always does these really structured eye looks where she does like blending into the crease and then has like this amazing like thick liner of a different color. I don't know if you'd call it a thick liner. It's not really a cut crease because the focus is on the lid and it is completely closed and usually a darker color, but I will link her below anyway so you can check her out because it is amazing. It is going to be a little bit more dramatic, I think, than my other two looks. I think I'm going to do maybe like a little bit of a dragged down bottom waterline with a bright shimmery shade and that kind of stuff. So I don't know, I'm just going to be playing around and we can kind of figure it out together. So I'm just taking that peachy shade that I was pointing to earlier and I'm going to be putting that into the crease just to like set that. I don't know if this is futile because I am going to be cutting the crease in a moment, but I don't know how I feel. I feel like that looks better. Okay. Now that that's all over the crease, I'm going to be taking these red shades on a more precise blending brush. And I'm just kind of going to be mixing them together and then putting them above my crease, but in the shape that a crease would be, because I'm going to be bringing that Orion shade right up to my crease and kind of cutting that crease, and I want this shade to pop up above the crease. So I'm kind of like looking down and making sure. Also, you want to wing it out a little bit. Don't forget to keep going in with that peach as you need it to blend out those shades, although these shades don't really need much help. They're really easy to blend. Now I'm going to be taking a little bit of that red again, and like I did in yesterday's video, I'm just going to kind of be bringing it up into my brow a little bit. I personally really like how that looks on myself. Adds a little bit of drama, you know. I mean, I know we're going for drama today anyway, but I just feel like it just adds an edge to a makeup look. A little bit of grunginess. Now I'm going to be going back in with my MAC paint pot, and I'm going to be taking just like a craft brush, which has a really fine, it's really flat and thin, and it has a really fine tip. And I'm going to be putting more of that paint pot onto the lid and kind of cleaning up that lid and creating the shape that I'm going to put the Orion. This will take a little bit of patience because it's just kind of like a whole lot of back and forth, checking your eyes in different angles and making sure that it's got the shape that you want. Oh my god, trying to get them even is going to be a nightmare. I'm already dreading it and I haven't even started the other eye yet. It kind of looks like a cut crease right now, but that entire section where that lightness is going to be all of that Orion shade, so it's going to be a bit smoky. From what I can see at the moment, and I'll probably get a better look once I put a darker colour on, but it looks even. Probably as even as I'm going to get it, to be honest. So now I'm going to be taking some of my Clearly Liquid glitter base and I'm going to be putting that into the cap because I don't want to contaminate the bottle. So I'm going to be taking that, and I also want to have prepared my brush that I'm going to be using to pack on Orion with, because this glitter base dries really fast and you want to get in when it's nice and moist. I'm going to be starting on the outer corner because I'm not 100% certain if I want to do the Orion shade all over the lid or if I want to kind of ombre it into one of the other shimmery shades that I have. So when you put the glitter glue on, you don't want to put the shadow on as soon as you've applied it because it is a little bit too wet and it kind of clings your shadow to weird places. You want to let it dry a little bit so it's a bit tacky. And I am going to be taking this shade here, which is called Bellatrix, and pressing that on the inner third of my lid. Like I just told you not to put it on when the glitter glue was really wet, this is what happens, and now it's really difficult to blend. So I'm going to be taking more of that blue brown and kind of pressing it onto where that Bellatrix starts and try to like blend those two colours together. I'm going to be adding a little bit more glitter glue and waiting for that to get tacky a little bit, and start pressing in a little bit more of this Bellatrix shade so we can bring that up onto the lid a little bit more. I think I'm literally dead right now. I think that this looks so cool. It looks kind of like an oil slick. So I'm just putting a little bit onto my inner corner of the Galaxia. I think I called it Galactica in my last shade because the Galaxia is kind of like it's kind of a tongue twister. And I'm going to be putting that on the inner corner. I'm just going to be taking some of my Bioderma as usual and just cleaning up underneath my eyes. And then taking extra care on those outside edges. This look will take a whole lot of like finessing. So I'm just going to be continuing with my normal face routine. This is going to be the same as the last couple of videos that I've done, and I will just update you with like my blush color and my highlighter color for today. But I don't feel like you guys really need to watch while I'm putting on my foundation every single day, you know? Right, so now I'm going to be taking a duochrome highlighter from Makeup Geek. This one is Celestial, and it is like a pinky blue duochrome. And my favorite blush, I'm just going to be using Fetish from Urban Decay. I'm going to be doing a more natural brow today. This is again inspired by Emily Casanova. She always has these beautifully perfected eyes, and then her brows are a little bit more fluffy. So today, instead of my dip brow, I'm going to be taking my Brow Wiz, and I'm just going to be filling in the areas that do need a little bit more love, just to clean up around that brow in areas that I just want it a little bit cleaner, but I don't want to make it look like it's carved out. Hopefully you can see me a little bit better now. I just turned down the brightness a bit because I am filming with my ring light but also natural light. So I'm just going to be taking those red shades again underneath my lower lash line. And I'm going to be taking that fluffy brush and just doing it even more. I do want it quite heavy on the lower lash line. And with that same brush, I'm just going to be taking that first peach transition shade and just diffusing around the edges of that. What I'm going to be doing now is taking a little bit of that brush with the glitter glue, and I'm going to be looking straight into the mirror with that Galaxia shade that we put on the inner lash line. And I'm going to be doing that to the lower lash line. It just adds like a really cool pop, I think, and makes you look like you're crying glitter. This is what I was thinking for the lips. And now I'm worried that it's going to be too much with the full-on eyes. Oh, fuck it, I'll just do it. So with the lashes, I'm going to be taking my It Superhero mascara as usual. I'm still testing this one out. I don't want my lower lash line to be too crazy because of all that beautiful work that we did underneath there. So I just did a really light layer onto the lower lash line. This is probably my favorite look that I've done on myself in such a long time. And I mean, I loved that first look, but this look is, oh my god. I just love like different shapes and stuff. Okay, now I'm just going to be using this Makeup Monsters liquid lipstick. This is called Hook, Line and Sinker. Alrighty guys, so that is the finished look. I hope that you like this makeup look as much as I do because this is so fun. That highlight is amazing, these lips are really bright and cool and they contrast really well with this eye look. I am super stoked and I hope that you loved it. I'm finding so many new ways to use my Natasha Denona palette. So I will see you in my next video. Bye!